that trip. You're all in carts being taken back to Vildsvin. It's been several hours, and you've all had a long rest, so you've all fully spell-slotted, fully healthed, full everything. And as you get back, your cart, the two carts that the four of you are on, they seem to be getting back first, and you see a very strange sight. All of you can give me perception checks. Not Eileen, because Eileen's not there, but everyone can give me perception checks.
Mm-hmm.
Bongo definitely notices. Fortress definitely notices. Yeah, all of you notice. It's not very difficult to notice. The DC would have been like 5, because you hear a horrendously shrill laughter coming from somewhere in the city. A lot of people are walking around strangely, and you see one older woman sort of taking her kids away. You hear one of the kids say, what is that woman doing? And the woman's like, no, hush, hush. We'll just ignore her. And they sort of are going away from her. And in this clearing in the town, you see a woman magically rising from the ground, spinning around, giggling maniacally.
Oh.
It is none other than Eileen.
Oh. What?
Seems normal.
Oh ho ho ho!
She definitely seems to be making a bit of a scene.
As usual. Oh, hey. Pretty good. Wow.
Ooh.
So, Malreinn's still a dick. Okay.
I am such a huge dick in this game.
In this game.
And in real life.
I'd say probably Fortress with your super high perception check. You notice that she seems very out of breath.
I'm just not saying anything. I'm just gonna stand there.
Yeah.
Do not care.
Sweat.
She's not dying currently.
She
Eileen.
looks like she just ran a marathon.
Wait, Eileen has the same picture as Lime. Yeah, I don't think so. Mr. Marquis.
Yeah, you can actually see on Markus's back is quite a large loot, which seems to be magically imbued with stuff.
It is the loot of Major Arcana. Mine. It's all mine.
Mine.
On.
Mine.
As you guys are having this conversation, off to the side, you can see the lord of the town, the young lord, whose name I definitely 100% remember, and I'm definitely not looking it up right now because I have zero idea what it is.
Oh, of course.
Don't worry, I totally remember. I'm just thinking about what it was. Jesus Christ, why am I bad at taking notes of my own game?
Wait, this is your game? You invented Dungeons and Dragons?
Ah,
Both.
yes.
That's so cool.
Lord Samuel Varg, of course, the young Samuel Varg, helping Lady Delilah out of the cart, and they seem to be having some conversation. Everyone would sort of generally, well, we already have established that Delilah is the daughter of the Lord and Lady of the main town in Niflheim, which is where you were headed to deal with this smuggling thing. So
Sure.
she's effectively kind of like a princess.
What is that
And two of
beeping?
them seem to be having a small conversation with guards blocking access to them. But yeah, you're in town if you want to do any shopping, or if you want to just immediately head off straight to the capital, you can do that.
My dog came back, didn't he? Yeah, he's right here. Wait, let me see.
No,
Mallard.
you lost your dog.
But I
You
think
don't.
I
You
found
have your You have your mule, but you don't have your dogs. The dog. Oh no, yeah, your dog did come back.
Yeah,
You
I'm
found the
pretty
dog
sure
eventually. Yeah,
came after it. Yeah.
he has a dog now.
I'm just gonna be making sure my mule and my dog is safe.
You paid for food and stuff for ages, so.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. If you wanted to just buy some treats for Mally, you can easily do that for like a couple of silver pieces. Just spend a couple of silver on those.
How much?
2 silver.
Okay.
You cannot have an owlbear.
Can I have an owlbear?
No. Nobody can have an owlbear.
Oh.
So what if I change my name to Nobody?
And I will
No.
change mine to Albert to keep it.
Wait,
balanced.
no, don't do that. That ruins everything.
Okay, so now Malreinn and Therud are engaged, so there's that.
Hot.
I'm gonna divorce.
You can't divorce unless you're married.
I'm gonna still divorce. I'm breaking off the engagement.
No.
It's possible to get an owlbear, just very difficult, and you'd have to go very out of your way to do it. But yeah, what are you guys doing? It's up to you. It's up to Yuku.
Yuku's not here right now, so it's
What time of
4:20.
day? It's pretty it's like early afternoon, maybe 1 p.m.
That's not 4:20. Hmm.
Should probably be early, a bit earlier than that. It'll probably be about 10 a.m. or so, late morning.
Get yarn.
Let's see what people doing.
I have absolutely no idea. I don't even remember. What's going on?
You're a bit tired, but you don't need to rest in terms of taking a long rest if you.
It's
don't
10
know about
a.m.
that.
I need to take
But
some sleep.
it's like 10 a.m. If you guys wanted to take a long rest, you definitely could.
Uh,
So like how
Hmm.
Eileen's just showed up and nobody's like, where were you?
Eileen just shows up. Hey, can we sleep?
True. You've done weirder things like this D&D session.
How about like Malreinn leaves?
As you're talking, this light rain continues to drizzle down. Nothing too strong, but it's definitely the cold springtime in the winter area. It's definitely taking some of you by surprise, particularly Eileen and Malreinn.
Fight, fight, fight. Alright, can we like find an arena for these two to fight in?
This is a very like neat and tidy town. You probably wouldn't be able to find something like a tavern to brawl at or anything.
Dang it.
Oh.
They don't have any
If you wanted
tab.
to go out of the gates of the city to fight, you probably could. To the person who PM'd me, yes.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Hmm.
Hmm.
You know, I sometimes just say that even when nobody's PM'd me. Because it makes me feel like paranoid.
Hmm.
Pretty much every time I've heard you say this because I pinged you.
BT dubs.
False.
To the person who PM'd me, no, not in this world. I think Fortress and Therud, you can both give me just general intelligence checks. Since you both are fairly familiar with Niflheim.
Oof.
Jesus Christ, no. The person who PM'd me, no. God, no.
Now I'm wondering who PN'd them.
That is not what you do with children.
Okay.
Okay then.
I'm gonna
So,
need to
yeah,
like
so,
extract that from the recording.
Thera, do you think from just hearing what Eileen's saying about this vision, the Great Stone City is probably Valra. You've heard it referred to like that before, and you're familiar with the city. You've probably never been there, but you've definitely been near enough to it that you know it's probably the Great Stone City. Fortress, you also know this, but hearing it, it sounds like it's talking about traveling down the road, down the dancing road for 2 days. Not that you know not much about this vision, but from what she's saying, it sounds like she needs to travel down the road for 2 days.
What? So, like, she's getting a vision and being told she needs to travel down the road 2 days.
Yeah?
Yeah, effectively, that's what you think what she's saying means. The road leads all over the place. It leads towards Valra, it leads back up where you came.
Met Engelse mensen.
Well, she didn't come from anywhere. She's been here the whole time.
Hello. That was my father.
Ah.
He heard you guys talk and he is kinda annoying.
But the dancing road leads all over the world, but except for the summer area, Moospel.
Wow. What? Wow.
Because nobody likes going there.
True.
It's a shitty desert.
Are there good deserts that aren't shitty?
Probably. Like, Misa deserts are really cool.
Mesa Deserts.
Misa Jar Jar Binks.
What? I think it's Mesa.
Yeah, it is probably. I can't pronounce any word.
Mesas are
Yeah,
like-
effectively. Well, Fortress hasn't told you that, but you could, if
Yeah,
you want to
it's
infer that
Mesa.
you can make an
Mesa,
intelligence check if you want.
Yeah, that
Mesa.
I know this because I've guided visions and stuff.
Okay.
You need
So
to
you sort
travel
of-
down the road.
cool.
Yeah.
Fortress lets you in on it.
I also got a vision and it just literally told me everything. It's just like plain text.
Can I make a check, or is it not really something I can do right now?
You probably wouldn't know anything about it just because you wouldn't be very familiar with this part of the world.
Hmm.
But you think cumulatively you understand that what Eileen's saying is you need to go down the road for 2 days toward. But which way are you going? The road goes like in all different directions, and you guys are already heading towards Valra, which is the place you were going for the smuggling thing, to look into that smuggling dealie.
Oh yeah. Hmm. Ooh. Wow. All right.
Yeah. What are you guys doing?
So we have to head to some city thing, Stone City.
I mean, you're already heading towards Valra, which is the capital of Niflheim, because of the smuggling thing. That's where you were heading originally, anyway. And it seems like
Hmm.
Eileen's vision, whatever this is. Yeah, Dancing Road leads there. And you think if the Great Stone City is in danger, that's probably the direction you need to go.
I say we should go the exact opposite direction.
No.
Damn, I'll go next time.
Almost fooled them.
But yeah, if the group of you want to go right away,
I mean, well, aren't we supposed to be congratulated for killing this thing?
you already were.
No.
But at the thing, you're congratulated for it and given
Oh.
a prize.
What was the prize?
Well, you weren't given a prize because you
Yeah,
didn't kill it, but
Rob-
Markus got given a magical loot.
Oh yeah, okay, that's lit. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, fire.
Markus sort of comes along and he's like, "I'm going with you too."
I like that.
Sort of, yeah, sure, I'm going with you too. Why not?
Yeah, sure.
Okay then.
Are we going to go, or are we just gonna stand around and
If you guys want, like,
Let's
unless you guys
go.
want to do any shopping in particular, you can just go straight away.
I already looked for animals in this place, right? I think I looked
I
for.
Yeah,
will-
you. That's why you got your dog here.
Did
Look for a new bow.
I'll
That's
tell you
my
now.
bow.
You could definitely. What? How much money do you have? I'm checking how much money you have.
I will check.
A good bow would probably be out of your price range. Like a better
Can
bow,
I
anyway.
barter? Like, get the price down by trying to use persuasion?
You could try, but honestly, I will tell you now. How much? I'm just gonna check. Yeah, you definitely don't have enough money for a better bow. Like even if with haggling.
Well, then it won't be of any use, so I will just go along with the rest.
Okay, cool. All of you group up and you start heading off. Is anyone doing anything particular while you're traveling, or are you just trying to get there? Are you trying to move fast, slow,
I will give
like
my
average
lure a
speed?
dog treat.
Okay.
That's
Well, we
important.
need to travel the road for 2 days. So, just keep it at a good pace.
Yeah, keeping it at a good pace. I'll say, all of you. Well, actually, let's take Eileen. Roll me percentile dice. Okay. Nothing seems to happen for the first day. You spend some time going forward. You camp out on the road. It seems relatively peaceful. It's still a little bit cold, and it seems to be getting almost colder, as if it's you're getting closer to the center. Strangely enough, the center of the continent. But nothing seems to happen for the first day. I'll say, Bongo, you make me the second percentile dice check as you're
All
traveling
right.
for the second day. And it seems uneventful again. The rain seems to have died down now. and it's a little bit warmer though. Still freezing cold temperatures since it's spring in the winter area. But yeah, as you're walking along through the dead trees, everyone feels well. Everyone except for the fortress. Give me an Arcana check.
Arcana, right?
Wow.
Yeah,
I'm
Arcana.
not good enough.
You don't have any magical qualities about you.
I'm falling with magic.
All of you feel a very, very slight rumble in the ground, including the fortress. But Therud and Malreinn, you particularly feel there's something of extreme magical power near you. Like this is like stronger than armies to levels of magical power. It's insanely, ridiculously strong. But yeah, what you guys doing? You sort of feel this and a very, very slight rumbling to the ground. Something's definitely going on near you.
Is a storm approaching?
No, you look up at the sky. It
Well,
seems to be
same power.
It seems to be relatively clear weather. You look around. You're in a sort of sparse forest. There are a few dead trees, but you're still on the dancing road. Give me a perception check actually as you're looking around.
Dope. Perception. Oh,
Yeah, you
no.
actually. Malreinn wasn't looking around originally, but that's why I'm making only Dabo do it. But yeah, you immediately see something just off the road a bit. It seems to be a farmhouse with a small, like a granary tower behind it. From a distance, you can't make out too many details, but it doesn't look like it's in the best shape. It's probably abandoned. You know that this place has got loads of abandoned buildings throughout it because it's constantly like villages are constantly being broken and rebuilt in this area. But yeah, it looks like an old farmhouse, which seems to be the only notable building amongst all the dead trees.
Oh, damn. Caution.
Give me a stealth check for Malor. And a perception check for Malor, actually, if you're just going to send Malor over to the farmhouse.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, that's a second natural 20.
Oh my
perception,
gosh.
Which is great.
Valor is a great dog.
So Malor stays quite a distance away. He scouts it around a bit and then comes back and communicates towards you. Wait, can I don't know if we've discussed this before, but can he even talk? He can't talk. How would you like him to communicate what he saw?
With sign language. Using his spells and
I'll
things
say he
like
can
this.
answer yes or no questions about what he saw. If you ask him a yes or no question, he'll answer it.
I prefer
will
sign
answer it.
language, to be honest.
Well, she can't. She doesn't know sign language.
Oh. Well, let's just do yes and no then.
So yeah, anyone want to ask her a yes or no question?
I don't know.
Unless someone wants to cast Speak with Animals, this is the only way you're going to be able to get information out of Malor. She nods yes.
I do not have to speak with animals.
Malor is female, yes. I will always forget that, because for some reason I always think dogs are male and cats are female.
My dogs are both female. I still think they're guys.
Malor looks at you curiously, and then shakes her head no. If anyone else wants to ask her a question.
Hmm.
She nods very cautiously. She nods again. She sort of turns her head as if she probably doesn't know exactly the number, but she gets the feeling it's more than 5.
Ooh. Go sick the crazy dog on them. All right, Eileen, go sick them.
But yeah, what's going to happen? Who's going to do
Alright,
anything?
So there's a house with bandits in it. Or are the bandits inside the house?
Mala nods yes, and then nods no.
What? Okay, so some are in, some are out.
Then she nods again, yeah.
Okay, so dang, my headphones are uncharged.
If only so, I don't even know if does anyone even have speak with animals.
I don't think so.
I
think
do.
I'm
I
a
do.
barbarian.
If you want to cast it, that's the only way you're going to be able to like get specific information without yes or no questions. But it's up to you.
I will check.
You're going to cast it?
I think
Yep.
it works. I think
Okay,
it
just-
works. What we're doing.
Oh, you can cast it as a ritual, and then you don't have to use a spell
Oh
slot.
yeah. So you can just take 10 minutes to do it without using a spell slot. So 10 minutes later, she starts speaking to you. It's like people in the farmhouse. There's several of these guards. They're not quite bandits, probably. They look more heavily armored. There are a few of them in the farmhouse. They have prisoners, some Kenkus, some humans, some other races. There's prisoners. There's a scary woman in the tower, and there are a couple of guards outside of the tower. That's basically all the information. The last thing she does seem to mention is they each look very like scary. Like they don't look like they'd go down very easily in a fight.
Well then. Don't worry, we're strong enough. Wait, have we slept since last session?
Yes, yeah, you've had long rests.
Okay, good.
So they've got hostages.
Yes,
I guess
about 10
we go
prisoners.
through a whole translating thing, but how, like,
How?
Like generally, Mala can tell you quite a lot. Basically, a few humans, a couple of Kenkus, an orc. Generally, like quite a mixed bag of
what do
prisoners.
the bandits look like?
Pardon?
What do the bandits or these people look like that are holding the hostages? Are they?
They look human, but they also look quite organized. They all have the same sort of armor, like red tinted armor.
Huh.
You also one thing she also mentions, she did see a burnt out campfire. It's currently at daytime, like dawn, almost dawn. A burnt out campfire and some tents behind the farmhouse. But she didn't see anyone in the tents. It's just that's probably where they were camping.
All right. So I guess it's morally right for us to get these bandits, but there's not really a reason other than that.
We should do it for the adventure.
Do it for the vine. Imagine how many loops this will get.
It's so old. Mine has been dead for years.
Eileen, you hear a voice in the back of your mind. You think it's your conscience or something, but you can't leave this place alone. You have to deal with this threat.
All right, let's go.
Okay, so we
There's
can't.
something in the back of Eileen's mind telling her that.
Did they anybody say the magic thing out loud? There's magic here.
Did anyone?
I
Pretty-
don't think so.
If you would like to, you can.
Remember you said it, but I don't. Fortress isn't that information. I don't want a metagame. That would be horrible, you know. Oh, no.
Come on, never metagame.
If either Bongo or Gray wants to, like, share that information, they can.
I will share it.
So yeah, everyone's made aware that there is something of great magical power in there somewhere.
All right. So
In the somewhere.
it's within this place, this hut.
Eileen's raunchy bunch.
What is that even?
Okay, how should we do this? So there's, are they the bandits surrounding the hut?
So there are a few inside the farmhouse, and there are a couple outside of the tower. The between the tower and the farmhouse, there's like a few tents, so you could probably fight the ones outside the tower and the ones in the farmhouse separately. There's enough space there. Okay, give me another stealth check for Mala. This Mala's going to stealthily make her way to the house. Okay. All right. You're just sending Mala stealthily over to the house, okay? She doesn't really like you. You're not like sending her back immediately. You're coming along, okay? If you're coming along, give me a perception check.
And stealth, right?
Not stealth right now, just perception, because you can see this from quite far away. You do see it, but it takes you a while. You keep walking. You see one of these guards in red armor kicking Mala like out of the farmhouse, muttering something, but you can't quite hear it from so far away. But definitely kicks Mala, dealing 3 points of damage to her, and Mala just sort of runs off a little. It's like out of the way, but they don't seem to be like suspicious of it. More just like, oh, there's some stray dog wandering around.
Stupid dog. Ruh-roh, Raggy.
Roll, Raggy. But yeah, what are people gonna do?
Okay, so
Knock.
can we? I think we should make sure we fight them separately.
Yeah, I think we should split up.
No, go for the ones not in the house first, so they don't come charging in, because that would be bad. It's better for the people to be charging out than charging in.
That is a good point.
We like flank them from the forest somehow, or something. I don't know if there's a forest here, but flank them
Yeah,
from where we wouldn't go close to the house first.
If
Flank.
people are going to try doing that,
Flank
who's
stress.
going to? If someone's going to try and stealth around to like flank, I'll need everyone who's doing that to make stealth checks with disadvantage if you're like someone with wearing heavy armor, like Fortress.
I'm not wearing a heavy armor. I am heavy armor.
I'll say for this, Markus is going to stay back, so not in the initial group of people.
God, I'm trapped.
You're not wearing heavy armor. No, it's only Fortress who'd have disadvantage and Markus, but Markus is going to stay back. And is Mala going to stay back as well, or are we going to go?
I am going to stealth attack.
Yeah, I'm gonna tie my mule down too.
Okay. Mala, Markus, and the mule, all three M's are staying back. That sounds like a sitcom. Who hasn't rolled? Fortress, are you going forward as well? If you are, stealth check with disadvantage. Unless Eileen wants to do something.
Can you give me advantage?
I feel like there's a cough in there.
I have a wisdom thing that I got once. So for the little temporary thing, I still have that. I don't know how to disable it.
He has to make a stealth check with disadvantage.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm trying to
Okay, in that case, yeah, everyone's moving. You sneak up to the side. You can see some what looks like fire up above the top of this granary tower, which seems to be very broken down. Most of the top of it is broken up, so you imagine there's a roof that you could stand on, and you see 2 guards standing outside. You manage to sneak up fairly close. You're probably within like pretty within 40 feet of them, hiding behind some small shrubs. But the 4 of you are definitely there, and you can see these 2 guards.
Can we try to get them over here? Let's try to distract them. What do I have? I don't have anything.
I don't have anything.
I'm gonna throw a javelin, like, kind of up in the air, so it hits the ground a little bit in front of us, but I don't get seen. If that makes sense at all.
Just so you know, you're currently like sort of facing them. They're like facing towards you, but you're like.
So I wouldn't really be able to do that.
If you did that, they'd just see you throwing it. Sort of hiding behind these low shrubs right now, and it's the only real place to hide, like coming up towards this tower.
Must be the wind.
Must be the wind. No, you shoot someone in the shoulder, and it's like, must be my imagination.
I'm bleeding. Must be my imagination.
I've been playing Skyrim, and the guy kills me, and it's like, oh, we must have disappeared. Like, what? He pretends like I've just gone away and I'm dead.
Been there.
Okay, so I guess we didn't have to charge them because I think that's probably their best. Unless somebody's got a distraction plan.
Also, you're probably discussing this before going right up to the place.
Yeah. Wait, why do you say not? That wouldn't. They're holding hostages.
Maybe they'll respond to our kindness and realize the error of their ways.
Yeah, I think the only way to play D&D is to kill everybody.
Yeah, you just see these 2 guards standing outside this tower.
I'm asking Eileen why she thinks we should knock.
Because she's Eileen. Do you really need an answer other than the fact that she's Eileen?
A little bit of time passes.
How about you do that? You can go do that separately, so we not draw attention to the giant robot.
Time is passing as you're discussing this, and from the top of the tower, all of you can quite distinctly hear a woman scream, "No, no, please, not him!"
Yeah, so we still think we should negotiate with terrorists.
It sounds quite panicked.
We should really just go right now. Okay, distract. Go.
There are 2 guards outside the front of this tower, and the 4 of you are sort of just like about 30-40 feet away from them. What do you mean? Like, yeah, you can, not like back to back, no. But people can hold their actions to attack once you do something, if they wanted to.
I'll hold an action to throw a javelin.
Okay. But you can definitely cast one spell. If it's a spell that targets multiple people, the 2 guards are about like 15 feet apart from each other. Well, like, it's up to you, but time is passing. Okay, you doing that? If you do level 2, you can target both of them. Okay, mark off level 2 spell slot. Okay. Then let's make wisdom saving throw. You're not fighting it yet, anyway. And lasts for 1 hour. Okay, I'm going to make wisdom saving throws. What is your spell save DC? Just check on your character sheet. What were you saving you're holding your action javelin attack to do? Dabo?
I was just whenever combat.
What was the
initiates.
so
Sorry, javelin.
whenever combat initiate? Okay.
Yeah.
Both of them fail, Eileen.
Wow. That's kind of sad.
Oh yeah, they're both within your range. And so you step out from the shrubbery, and say that. They seem to look at you like shocked for a moment and reach their swords before they study your face slightly. It's like, hello, but what are you doing here? One of the guys looks over to you, and he sort of looks kind of nervous, and he steps up right next to you, and is like, "Miss, you should really get moving." It's not safe here. So I like you just winking.
Wink, wink, wink.
Wink.
Oof.
Is anyone else doing anything? Vilsfin was the last time you were in. Is anyone else doing anything while Eileen's distracting the guards?
I'm just-
waiting to throw a javelin. I mean, I think
Yeah, just keep holding. You're just continuously holding that action.
I'm just gonna-
If anyone else wants to hold an attack or something?
I
I'm
will
sneaking up to go over the
hold.
tower.
I will hold an action to. What is this range? Shatter as an enemy needed.
Just so you know, if you hold an action to cast a spell and the time passes, you still use the spell slot.
Okay, then I'm not gonna do that.
Okay.
I will hold an action to not do anything.
Okay. You don't have damaging cantrips or something.
That is actually a good idea.
You're a
Firebolt.
couple of days. You're a couple of days of travel from Vildsvin. So you're holding a firebolt, you're holding a javelin, and Malreinn's just watching.
And laughing.
Yeah, and silently laughing. I will say, Malreinn, since you're not actually actively watching this conversation, you look up to the top of the tower and you can see a faint glowing red light. That power that you sense is getting stronger.
Can I shoot it with my bow and arrow, or is it too far?
So you can't see where it's coming from. Imagine like it's like on the roof of a building, and from your angle below it, you can't quite see what's going on up there, but you can see there's something going on up there, and it's not good.
Can I move towards it then to explore it further?
Not really without these guards seeing you.
Okay, makes sense. I will just try to warn the rest of the gang about it.
Okay, yeah, you can easily warn Fortress and Therud just by turning to them and like notifying them, but Eileen's like currently in conversation with these guards.
Yeah, I mean the rest. Yeah.
I'm not sure if I feel aggressive enough to just go ahead and attack these people, and I'm not sneaking after sneak around to the tower.
I
don't think I
like
should just
being safe
walk
and
by.
alive.
Ma'am, seriously, this is not a safe place to be. And the one guard who's like the one guard who's like looking kind of panicked at the entrance. This one guard says, "Okay, look, I'll take you there, okay? Just," and he turns, just guard the door, okay? And he takes you by the arm and sort of starts leading you back towards where you just came from, where your friends are hiding. And if he keeps walking, he'll definitely see them.
Or then we can kill him, right? Perfect.
But he's walking like directly towards where you just came from,
Ew.
sort of leading you by the arm.
That's not the way I came from.
Just give me a general charisma check.
I came from that way.
No, he seems to be whatever. Like he's very intent on not letting you go up near the tower and getting you away from the tower. So he sort of starts dragging you along. If you're not going to do anything immediately, he's going to see your friend, like your allies.
Yeah, friends.
If people need to do anything, they got to do it now.
Attack.
Okay, attacking.
No, I was just.
Okay. You are in sight of the other guard, yeah. This is like, I need to know if someone's doing anything. They got to do it now.
All right.
You know what? I will attack.
Let's launch a surprise attack.
Give me an attack roll with advantage. Okay, give me an attack roll with advantage. You'd have advantage on that inflict wounds, Malreinn. Malreinn has Malreinn attack with advantage, and Eileen roll that attack with advantage because it's.
Could I use Hunter's Mark first?
No, you can't because it's a held action, so it's just like straight up attack.
So what should I press?
Just click advantage at the top, and then click the bow attack. Wherever I think it's bow attack. Yeah.
Wait, can I do mine too?
I was a bit confused.
Dabo hasn't attacked yet because that's not how held actions work. But both Eileen and Malreinn take their actions immediately. Eileen, he's grabbing you on the arm, so you can just try and channel this energy through his arm. But it seems like his AC is just too high, so it doesn't take effect. But Malreinn, you jump up and quickly fire your bow, hitting him in a place where his armor doesn't protect him, dealing 10 points of damage. Now, Fortress and Therud do their attacks. With advantage, you can make your firebolt attack, Bongo. That does hit that javelin, which does 5 damage. You just kills him in the leg. And the firebolt just seems to go off of his armor, dealing minimal damage.
Wow.
Surprise attack goes off. I'm going to need everyone to roll initiative.
Click on your token.
Yeah, click on your token first, preferably.
Malreinn.
Whoa.
You rolled pretty good.
Yeah.
Holy.
Whoa. I lost 8 rolls here.
Oh shoot, that guard has a grenade.
You actually do see this other guard dangling off of... No, you probably wouldn't see it, actually. You wouldn't see what he has on him. Because it's quite a covert thing.
Look, I'd catch a
Dangling
grenade
right
for you. Jump in front of a train for you. You know I'd do anything for you.
You're saying these lyrics in the wrong order, but sure. Who hasn't rolled or hasn't clicked on their Malreinn?
I clicked right. I have 17.
Don't worry.
Did not
Oh,
click.
Then you didn't click on your icon, but it's fine. I can just add it. It's not a big deal.
It is a big
awesome,
deal.
Dang.
It's
You are-
more annoying when I've got like a combat initiative where I have to have like 20 people on it, and it's like nobody's clicked on their thing, so it takes me ages. A fortress is already there. Everyone else there? One, two- Yeah, there's everyone. It's just not many people.
Okay, now 2 fortresses.
Oh, whoops. Eileen, fortress. Oh, fortress. Pick which one of you wants to go first.
Me.
Fight.
Okay, fortress goes first. Just sort of move through this shrubbery.
Okay. I'm gonna rage and then
Okay, bonus section. Rage. Start overheating. Steam just starts shooting off of your shoulders.
bam.
Ooh.
Wait. that's not working.
On Eileen.
Sorry.
But yeah, you just take your sword arm and swing it down heavily, doing 15 points of damage. Painful. Just swing crack.
I'm sorry, what's the
that's
grenade thing on
turn.
this for?
Hmm?
What's the grenade thing that he has?
You don't know. It's just Markus for me, basically.
It's a grenade for you.
But that's your turn. Eileen's turn.
Cause a grenade for you.
I don't think you did in the end. I can't remember that. I'll check. No, you picked you see the bottom thing on your features and traits. You picked that instead. Because you wanted, remember, you wanted a damaging cantrip.
Well.
Acid splash on who? The injured one. You sort of just angle this and throw the acid across, and he got a natural 1. So I'm going to say that doubles the damage because that would be cool. Yeah, take 8 points of damage. This acid just burns across. You actually melt the armor. Like this quite cool looking red armor that he's wearing. It melts and his skin sort of bubbles. You end up killing him, and he lets out a pained yell. You still got a bonus action and a movement. Do you want to do anything else? The other guard doesn't actually look scared like you'd imagine. This other guard looks like intent now, and just sort of stares you down. Okay, guard's turn. The guard is going to yell very loudly, trying to get the attention of the other guards in the farmhouse. Okay, you don't know how successful that was, but he seems to be yelling for the other guards, and then he's going to turn his sword towards you. He's going to move over here. Oh, actually, I should also roll for that. Okay. He's going to move here, and out from his pocket, he seems to pull this fine sand, which he throws forward, and a cone of fire.
I hate
shoots
sand.
outwards. It's rough its course, and it sets
Gets
fire
every-
to these 3 people.
It says fire to these 3 people.
All 3 of these people need to make me dexterity saving throws.
Me too, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone but Therud. Okay, I rolled 22. So, all of you succeed, so you only take half damage. You will take 11 points of damage as this fire just erupts from his hands. sort of gets right in your eyes and blinds you for a second, Eileen, because it's right next to you. But you do manage to recover. It's more like it's more like a light fire than a hot fire. With that, he is going to not get. Oh wait, I got rid of the wrong thing. That he's going to take a sort of defensive stance, and that's the end of his turn. Malreinn, you're up.
Would it be possible to shoot him with my bow since Eileen is right in front of him?
Yeah, you can. You can just sidestep if you want.
Alright, then I will shoot him.
Okay. So like you'd have to move like
But
here
I
or
will
so
use
to
Hunter's
to
Mark
actually get a close
first,
shot.
if possible.
Yeah, you can use Hunter's Mark first. Okay, yeah. You hit, dealing 8 points of damage. Seems to be just grazing damage off of him, but he seems tough. Without the sneak attack, he seems tough, but he's got this mark on him now. Is there anything else you want to do? That was actually your whole turn. Therud.
Alright, guys. Let's go shatter that boy.
Okay. Shatter.
If that would actually work, because I forgot to fix it.
It's a saving throw, right? Is it? Yeah, it's easy strength. He's pretty strong though, and he does manage to save, so he only takes half.
It's Constitution.
Oh, is that a Constitution?
Yes.
That would still be enough,
Dang
just
it.
though. Yeah. Is there anything else you want to do? You throw out this this ringing noise, but it doesn't seem to be too affected by it. Seems to mostly be focusing on Eileen.
doo-doo-doo. Wait a second. Wait a second.
Yeah. What about them?
HMMM. Wait, so are there like other buildings around here, or is it just like this building?
It's just this tower, and behind you is the farmhouse.
Okay.
So like, yeah, the guards would be coming from that way, from this way down here, if they got alerted.
Okay.
All right. It is the fortress's turn. Still raging.
Go. All right. Okay.
Rage.
Kablooey.
Kablamo.
Kablooey.
Okay, just attacking normally. The first one hits. The first one connects, but the second one doesn't. Doesn't seem to be enough. Takes 9 points. He seems to be heavily injured, but he's still fighting. That's your turn, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then Eileen's go. Runish room. Okay, throwing at this acid again. He's going to fail, taking 5 points. That's enough. You actually melt the skin off of this guy too.
Oof.
It just seems to burn.
Burn.
Burn. Is there anything else
Burn.
you would like to do with your turn? You're still in initiative.
Oh, she did right.
Yeah, if you want to do that, you can. Okay, it's the guards' turns. From up on top, I'll reveal this, yeah? So this is going to be a bit confusing. See this area here? This is the edge up here, but it's like the top floor.
Oh.
So this here is actually up here, but they're like high up. 2 guards are going to appear. They're going to throw down javelins one towards Eileen and one towards Malreinn.
Oh,
The one against Malreinn misses. The one against Eileen is going to hit,
yay.
dealing 9 points of piercing damage.
Woo.
which just cuts across your leg. Meanwhile, 2 more guards have just finished running up from behind, but they're a bit out of breath. From beyond them, you can also see 2 more. All of the ones from the farmhouse seem to have ran this way, being alerted. However, with them, Markus comes into the fray because he was waiting on the sideline because he was not stealthy enough. I'll roll an initiative for him now. He
Whoa.
rolled pretty good. He'll actually be going next.
Whoa.
So, it is Marcus's turn. Markus is going to immediately dash towards this guard. Again. Let's see. Does he have extra attack yet? Can't remember.
Huh? That's a good question. What is he?
He's a level 4 paladin.
I'll let him.
You guys are level 4, right? Yeah. Had a moment there. Or does he get that at next level? I think he might get it at next level. Yeah, it's 5th level he gets it, so it's fine. He only has 1 attack, but he's going to do it. He's going to great sword attack.
Yeah, 5th level. Yeah.
Dealing 14 points. Just cleaving this great sword across him. Yes. I don't think you got 2 more. It's like, depending on your level, it's written down somewhere on your character sheet. I think it's probably 1 more. I can check if you want real quick.
Wow, what a loser. One.
It's you have 7 in total. You can prepare 7 in total. Hunter's Mark, yeah, you can move it onto something else. Who do you want to move it onto?
Let's pick this guard.
This one, okay. Yeah, you can actually see dangling off of his belt does seem to be a red potion. Quite a big looking red potion. Markus does cleave into this guy, dealing 14 points of damage. And he's just taking a fighting stance. Yeah, that's basically all he can do. Actually, he's going to move here. He's going to move here instead, so he's positioned next to people because of his sentinel. So he can actually do good stuff. Malreinn, you're up.
I will shoot my bow at this guard and try to aim for the potion.
Okay, give me an attack with disadvantage. Just a regular attack with disadvantage because you're aiming for such a small thing.
Okay.
Why would you even do that?
Why not?
That's going to be enough to hit, and it's going to be enough to just shatter the potion. Sort of spills down his leg.
Rip the potion. Could have stolen that.
Yeah, but I could have destroyed it, and that's what I chose.
The rangers get an extra attack. I know someone does. I think I'm just thinking of fighters, though.
Do I still have an extra attack, or is my turn over? Or
No, it's at 5th level you get an extra attack.
okay. I want
That's
to use Cure Wounds, so yeah.
Yeah, that's an action to use. So that's your turn. You just shot that potion. It is now Therud's turn.
Alright, I'm gonna use Shatter right here so it hits these 3 boys.
Okay, shatter away.
Shatter, where did that go? Oh yeah, I gotta fix it now, frick. Heck. Hecking heck.
Hecking heckles.
Please work. Did not work, okay. Try this. That worked.
So it is a con save, right?
It is a con save. I don't know why it says strength save. I need to fix that.
You're gonna like this. All of them fail, and one of them got a natural 1.
Ooh.
So you watch this one in the middle just starts gripping at the head as they get this intense pain. The other 2 take less damage, but still 17. You vaguely hear one of them shout out, "Kill the wizard!" Quickly before they turn in. Is there anything else you would like to do? Okay, just sort of moving along the to the edge of the tower. It is the fortress's turn.
Guess what I'm gonna do? Okay, I have 30 movement, so I can move here. Wait, can I move to that guy too? Oh, okay. I can move to both these guys. I'm gonna finish this dude off. Hey man. Good job. That's a 1 out of 2.
Yeah, you got swinging, but unfortunately, you just managed to dodge and duck out of the way.
Duck and weave, my friend. Duck and weave.
Do I get my thing stuck in the ground or whatever?
No.
Okay.
I typically only have critical fumbles where it makes sense. Like if you are shooting an arrow through someone and get a natural one, you're going to hit the person in front of you.
Pretty
Like
hard
that.
to get my entire arm stuck in the ground because it's kind of
Yeah.
hard, you know.
You can find a way.
Okay. So that's that. It is now Eileen's turn.
I accidentally healed him.
you hit your sword down, yeah. Your sword accidentally set on fire, and it sliced against his wound, so it cauterized his wound.
Whoa!
Fixed his shoulder that was out of place.
You fixed my shoulder. Whoa! What a good guy.
The Pros D video, you know
The pros.
Oh, that guy, yeah.
Prozed.
Which one?
Prozed.
Oh,
Prozed. I
I'll
don't know.
link it.
He is great. I
The
love his
the bad
videos.
guy trying to be doing the stuff.
Oh yeah, spiritual weapon. Okay. What would you like your spiritual weapon to look like? Where are you summoning it as well? A warhammer.
Oh.
Okay. A giant warhammer appears. I don't know if I have a thing for warhammer. For now, it's going to look like a sword because I don't have a warhammer thing at the ready. But yeah, where are you summoning it again? Right there. And who are you attacking? Which one was that? Sorry, the one left or okay, one on the left. Just checking. That is a bonus action to do. So yeah, you annihilate him. This warhammer just smashes down. Seems to cut him across diagonally. And yeah, bonus action acid splash on the other one. If he fails this, he's going to die. If he fails it, you
Yeah.
burn off this guy's armor as well.
The great Eileen.
You've literally killed everyone so far in this session, just so you know. It's funny because like up until now, I don't know if I'm not keeping super. I'm gonna keep track of the kill count basically with this campaign because so far it's basically been Markus killing everything. Markus has got a ridiculous number of kills compared to everyone else.
I killed
But Eileen's
Potion. That's
you killed
important.
Potion. Yeah. The guards' turns. Seeing Eileen wrecking everyone, both of the guards up here going to throw another javelin down towards her. So it's 2 javelins towards you.
Overkill.
Question real quick. It says when I don't attack, I get out of rage. Does that count if I just miss?
No, it's if you. I think it's either if you take damage or deal damage, right? I think.
It means we don't attack or get damaged.
Oh, okay. So that yeah, you're still attacking, so that's fine. You get hit by both of them, and one of them is a natural 20. I'm afraid. So this is gonna hurt, Lime.
You're afraid? Afraid of what?
Take 19 points of damage
Whoa.
from these 2 javelins. Both of them actually hit you in the back of the legs as you just acid splash this guy, and they pin you to the ground as you start bleeding out. The other 2 guards, one of them is going to move towards Malreinn to try and attack him, but Markus is going to take a swing, an attack of opportunity. Yeah, going to be unable to move. Just knocks the guy down. The other guard is going to just attack Markus, pulling up his lance and then swinging, and it's going to just plink off the armor. Markus is too strong. Markus' turn. Markus is going to attack the one that just attacked him, seeing as more of a threat, but it's not going to be enough to hit, unfortunately. Oh, I'll just roll the normal one. Yeah, that is going to be enough to hit. That's going to be 12 damage to this one. Just swinging down with heavy attacks. He's then going to move over here, take the attacks of opportunity. Actually, he's only going to take one attack of opportunity. It's going to miss him, and he's going to put 15 lay on hands points into Eileen. So Eileen is back up. She's actually not up. She's knocked prone currently, so she is on the floor. Whoops. But Markus does that. It's Malreinn's turn.
I will kill the guard with my bow and arrow.
The guard that's on like which guard?
Whoop.
Okay, make an attack. That is the one with your hunter's mark as well.
Exactly.
Oh, we need to do the clothing though tonight.
You don't have disadvantage. You can just attack normally.
Okay.
Oh, however, it would hit either way, because it's got quite a low AC. So yeah, you hit it right through the head, and it kills it.
And then my turn is over, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Unless you want to move anywhere.
No, not really.
Okay. In that case, it is Therud's turn.
Boy.
Oh, didn't you notice? Firebolting the firebolting the remaining guard. Yeah, that is going to be enough to just burn him alive. You hit him and it seems to set fire to his skin. It looks horrible. Okay, in that case, it is the fortress's turn. You see these two guards standing above, and you could hear continued cries of pain coming from above.
Yeah, I think we just head up there. Yeah, although I'm gonna run out of rage.
I mean, you can definitely throw a javelin up at these people, but you would be at a disadvantage.
Would that? Was it count as attack?
It would count as attack, yeah.
Alright, I'll just do that just for so I don't run out of rage.
With disadvantage.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Oof. You actually get snagged on yourself. You actually got it like stuck in your mechanism, and you feel like you pull out a cog or something that was in your side, and it really hurts. You're actually going to take some damage from that. You take 4 points of damage as you actually seem to pull out one of your cog. Oof, it hurts when you move your leg now, but
Wait, you took off my health while I was taking off my health.
Oh, okay. I'll just add 4 on.
Wait, no, wait. Here, I think that's what I was at.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Anyway, it's fine. Eileen, you just got you're currently on the ground, but Markus did res you. Okay, that's half your movement to get up. But you're up on your feet. Spiritual weapon is still active if you want to use that. Granted, you can only move it 20 feet per turn. So you can start moving it towards with is it? Yeah, you can use your bonus action to sort of move it towards the guards, and then use your action for something else if you wanted. Okay. Actually, is it concentration? No, it's not concentration. Wow, spiritual weapon is a really good spell. So yeah, you start moving it across with your bonus action. You still got your action left, and your half your movement. should reveal the health bars. There we go.
Whoa. Potion boys.
Okay, yeah, you can move up a bit. Can't really move too far because the bush and the spiritual weapon are both in the way, but you can move a little bit. What you do with your action? You can dash if you want, or you can use a spell maybe. Okay, you can dash closer. 3, 4. Yeah, you can just get basically just up to this door. Okay, it is the guards' turns. Both of these guards, initially, they seem to be about to throw another volley of javelins down when you see a figure step forward.
Oh.
A woman with long flowing hair and a very evil appearance. Most notably,
It's Angelica.
you see a red cloak around her, and everyone in the area can immediately sense the power coming off this cloak. She steps forward and gives herself 2 initiatives, apparently. She steps forward and she's going to speak in a language that I don't think any of you understand.
What language?
It
Is it
sounds very demonic. It sounds very demonic. And she says something very... She seems to be berating her guards before she will... I'm seeing... Yeah, that's it. She's just sort of stepping up and berating her guards now. And then you actually see... Yeah, she's going to use this. I'll say Therud, you can give me an intelligence check as she does this. You watch as this searing light seems to start pouring from her eyes like tears and from her mouth like drool. It looks horribly painful. This golden light seems to pour out of her. You don't initially recognize what this is, but it seems horrible. So that's what she's doing. Then the guards are going to throw down 2 javelins. They're going to throw it at Malreinn, because that's basically the only person they can really throw it at right now, because of everyone else being too close to the tower. So 2 attacks against Malreinn. That's not going to hit. And that's not going to hit. Neither of them hit. They just thud into the left and right of you as you moving forward. Markus is going to move up. He's going to move right up to the door, and he's going to test the door and realize it's locked. So he's going to use his action. Oh, okay. He's going to try and break down the door. He barges into the door, and with Markus's strength, he manages to break open the door. Not going to remove the door because it's effort, but you can now see inside of the room. See some stairs at the back, and this rock isn't a rock. It's like the wall being fallen in from being so old and abandoned. This place doesn't exactly look like the most stable building.
Yeah, it's pretty stable.
With that, it is Malreinn's turn.
I will just scope out the area, and I don't really know, to be honest.
You could try and shoot up at the guards that are up there.
Yeah, that seems like a good idea. I will just do that.
Are you going to shoot at the guard, one of the guards, or this central figure?
I will shoot at the central figure and aim for the head.
Okay, just give me a regular attack. I'll assume you moved your hunter's mark onto her as well.
Yeah, of course.
That is going to be enough to hit. Yeah, you can do hunter's mark damage as well. You
Okay.
just managed to shoot her. Some to graze
Just
across
get
her cheek.
hunter's mark, right, for the damage.
Yeah, just click hunter's mark. Cool, 3 additional damage. Seems to graze across her cheek. She doesn't seem to be too phased. It is now Therud's turn.
Okay. I will head inside.
Okay.
It's gonna be, what is this? Alright. That's it.
Okay, cool. In that case, it's the fortress's turn.
Dope. Okay, so why do I keep saying dope? That's not
I
even...
don't know.
Okay.
Dope.
Dope.
I just got. I don't know why I said that. Okay.
Medical.
Can I run inside and just throw a javelin at the wall and that count as?
If you want to keep raging, you're going to have to injure yourself if you're attacking someone. But it is a valid strategy. Quite a lot of barbarians do it. They actually hurt themselves to continue raging.
Can I do that controlled? Can I like only
Yeah.
do 1 damage or
I
something?
wouldn't say 1 damage necessarily, but you can like intentionally injure yourself to keep raging. Keep
That's
this angry.
metal.
It is kind of metal.
Couldn't sprint while doing that.
No, you'd have to move 30 feet and use your action to actually injure yourself.
Wait, hold on. Could I use Berserker and sprint and then injure myself as a bonus action?
Oh yeah, you could attack with a bonus action. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
I forgot about that. Yeah, you could do that.
because it doesn't say I have to attack first with action.
True.
I'm gonna run up all the way up here and then nick myself with my sword arm.
Okay. So I was checking something.
Do I have to do
Cool.
an attack for that?
To do what? Sorry.
Do I have to do an attack to hurt myself?
No. I'll just say you take roll a d4 because you're not like going to hurt yourself too much, but take 1 point of damage.
Okay. Oh man. Ow.
But from there, I'll say you can actually see up the stairs. They're quite tall.
Oh.
You can see the top floor.
Well, if I can see the top floor, can I then throw a javelin as a
I'll say
bonus
not.
action
You can
instead of
basically you can't like get your arms over enough to throw a javelin, but you can just sort of just about see above, and you can see a bunch of prisoners tied up. And you can see a few bodies, recently killed bodies.
All right.
With that, it's Eileen's turn. What's Eileen gonna do? Koo? Okay, you're gonna dash. You can use your bonus action if you want to move the sword even closer, the spiritual weapon, the warhammer. Okay, warhammer's like slowly moving along. Yeah, you can get just about to there. In that case, it is Angel's turn. Let me just see real quick, because this is a very confusing character.
So it's not actually an angel, or is it?
No, that's just her name. Also to trigger Lime. She is going to... Sorry, there's a really annoying fly that keeps attacking my screen. Okay. She is going to summon a spiritual weapon of her own. Because I love triggering Lime. And it's going to be... This is her spiritual weapon. She's going to use it to attack Malreinn. What does spiritual weapon need to see how much damage it does? Blah blah blah. Okay. It's gonna hit, dealing. What's D8? I don't have any D8s out. That's my D8s. Dealing 9 points of damage. This whirling weapon seems to strike you. With her action, she is going to. No, she's just going to chill with her action. She's going to move back over, off of this way, facing the entrance, and that's her turn. The guards, one of them's going to join her up here and run this way. hearing people coming up, and the other one's going to throw another javelin down at Malreinn.
Oof.
It's going to miss. Or 2 2s.
Never
This guy
mind.
just can't hit javelins. Markus is going to probably step back a little bit and heal Malreinn for 5 HP
Thanks, Develop.
with a bonus action, and then why not? He's going to use. Does he not have cure wounds? Oh, he needs to repair it. Oh, fuck it. I'll just say he prepared it because, yeah. He's going to first off cure wounds. Just to heal you up a bit. It is then Malreinn's turn.
I will attack the guard with my bow and try to aim for, let's say, the eye.
Okay.
What?
Just aiming up at that guard that you can see. Give me an attack then. If you're aiming specifically, I'll say no. Just make a regular attack. You're just aiming for him in general.
Okay.
Unfortunately, yeah, you can't get the angle quite right, and it just whizzes past, shooting like almost directly up right now. So it's quite difficult.
And you hit yourself.
With the natural one, maybe. Therud's turn.
All right, and perfect. Very exciting turn.
You can still dash with an action if you want.
That is a good point. Will that just get me up the stairs?
Yeah.
Um.
You can also hold your action to do something.
Yeah, I'll hold my action to use Firebolt on anyone if they come down.
Okay. Fortress's turn.
Hey, okay. How much movement is it to run up this?
So like these stairs are the same thing, so it would be like 5, 10, 15 sort of. So 15 to get.
Okay.
That's 15 movement basically.
All right. And then I can get 10 more to go to this dude. I'm gonna charge in here and start.
Okay. He held his action to attack if someone got into range, which is gonna miss.
And then I'm just gonna slap him twice if I can find my character sheet. Where'd I put my character sheet? I did close my character sheet. Why did I do that? I'm an idiot. And now I've gave myself -2 hit points. Okay. Bam.
Yeah, both of those are gonna hit. Just slashing, not recklessly, but
Finally got some
23.
good, well, I'm already in combat, so I couldn't.
Huh? What do you mean
Reckless is
you're?
only the
No, you can
first-
do. No, it's the first attack of every round.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I don't want to do it anyway.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it does give you like it does make you take a lot more damage. But it's Eileen's turn. Okay, you can move the spirit. You can actually attack with the spiritual weapon. Attack this guard now if you want.
Mwahaha.
This glowing sword just comes up and slashes. Not sword. It's a warhammer. Warhammer strike.
Strunk.
Oof, that's gonna hit.
Ooh, you use the
Radiant
force.
damage hits down. Just bops him on the head.
Give him a little bop.
And what else do you want to do? Still got movement and an action. Okay.
Wait, did you get people who are like passed out from being too drunk as your dead bodies?
Yeah. Who are you using acid splash on? Who are you using acid splash on? This card, okay. He succeeds, so he doesn't take that 1 damage, unfortunately. I know you're very, like, upset that he doesn't take the 1 damage.
Visibly upset.
Anyway, it is Angel's turn.
Angel.
She is going to
Chris
move
Angel?
forward. Seeing Eileen, she's going to say something to you right in your face. You don't understand a word of it. She gets some spit on your face though, and she is going to attack you twice. Both of those are going to hit. I rolled 2 19s. Better than 2 20s. Okay, so you are going to take
2 20s in line would be dead.
11 plus 6, 17 plus.
Riggered.
So you take 17 piercing damage and 5 radiant damage. So that's 22 in total. There's 2 stabs with this glowing lance that she seems to have. Spiritual weapon is going to attack Malreinn with bonus action.
Oh, again.
It's going to hit. You take 4 points of damage.
Oh, okay.
And it's the guard's turn. This guard's going to drink his potion.
No, he's not. That's fake news.
Healing by
Fake news.
14 health. And the other guard's going to do the same.
Fake news. No, he's not.
He rolled 3 1s and a 4, so that's great. 11 points for him. Then with his action, this one is going to attack the fortress. And the other one is going to actually join that and attack the fortress as well.
Oh.
Seems a bit all pressing. Neither are going to hit though. Markus is going to start dashing over. Can get there. Malreinn.
I will try to head to where the guests are. So let's see how much I have to move.
If you're using an action
Yeah.
to move as well, you can move 60. So you can get to behind Markus.
I will use both of my actions to move to where Markus is.
Okay. So yeah, that's basically all you can do with that turn.
Yep.
Therud is up.
Alright, so 20, I think, gets me to the top. 5, 10, 15, 20.
Yeah.
Cool. And then a little bit more. And then can I target like a shatter like over here so that it hits these guys but doesn't hit the allies?
You get all 3 of those.
Cool. Oh, it works now. Cool. I fixed it.
All 3 are going to fail.
Hey. And there goes the heal.
Yes, indeed. Actually, I should take their potions off, I think. You watch the 2 guards. They seem to be pretty heavily injured, but Angel seems to be like just breathing quite heavily, looking very angry. The fortress's turn.
I blame the wind.
Must just be my imagination.
I never drank that potion. It never existed.
Can I kill this guy in front of me with that?
Yes, just very, very much exactly. Actually, knock him unconscious. Don't actually outright kill him.
Alright, and then I'm gonna do that to the other dude.
Okay.
Or
Okay.
Angel. Dude's Angel.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay. She is gonna have to take that damage. But she's going to use her reaction to burn you. She's going to use 5 charges.
Oh, she's gonna give him a sick
I'm
burn.
not resistant to that. Oh god.
You're going to take quite a decent chunk of fire damage. I'll roll it on the thing.
Sick burn damage.
Already on fire because I overheat.
You're not resistant to fire, unfortunately, as this fire just shoots out, just sailing above Eileen's face as she is knocked to take 23 points of fire damage. Half your remaining health, actually, as this fire just burns you. It's then Eileen's turn, and she's going to need to make me a death saving throw. Sick burn.
I got a 20.
Dang. Well, it's not a natural 1, so what are the odds of that happening? Got 1 failure. It is Angel's turn. She's going to... I'm just going to bonus action move her spiritual weapon up here. Might as well get that in the fray. She's going to... She's going to move towards Therud. Fortress, you get an attack of opportunity.
Hmm.
She's smart enough to realize that, like, you're more of a threat than the Fortress is in terms of outright damage. It's going to attack you twice. First one misses, second one is a natural 20.
Ooh.
Hmm.
That attack goes through.
Yes, it does. So she's going to take that damage.
Cool.
Luckily, I'm not rolling very well. So that's 5, 6, 8. 12 points of damage only.
Damage. Yeah.
Piercing and radiant damage from this lance that strikes you. She's pretty injured, but she's hanging in there. The one remaining guard is kind of terrified and is just going to attack the fortress. Actually, yeah, no, he's going to attack the fortress. It's just going to bounce off your metallic armor because you're too strong. Markus is going to rush the rest of the way up and is going to cure wounds. Lime. 7 health. You're back up again. You're still knocked prone, but you're at least alive. It is Malreinn's turn.
I will go upstairs and stab Angel with my dagger.
I don't think you... Oh, no, you can get in range of that, yeah. You can stab her with your dagger.
I named my dagger the Beak. I don't know if that's okay. I want to give it a nice name.
That's fine. You just slash, but she's got this very mysterious... This cloak, actually. This fiery cloak, which now that you're up close, looks very intense. You just cut across it.
Thank you
and it
for
feels
moving
like
right there.
it just doesn't work. It doesn't connect with this strange red cloak. Very powerful item. It is Therud's turn.
What does this do? Alright, let's do Burning Hands on her.
Okay. She's going to make a dex saving throw. She's going to succeed, and she's also resistant to fire damage. So 2 damage. Sorry, I know that sucks when you like do
I was gonna use Thunder Wave, but then Malreinn decided to get right there. Thank you.
You can still, just so you know,
No,
you can still move if you're staying in her active range without disengaging.
I couldn't move anywhere that wouldn't hit Malreinn.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
My pleasure.
You could just hit Malreinn then.
I could just do that. I mean, I should have done that because I really don't care about if he gets hurt or not.
Wow.
RP.
Thank you.
The fortress's turn. This is probably the most dinged up you've been ever in this campaign so far.
Alright, so I'm gonna continue attacking the...
Okay.
Then I want to shift my...
Dabo, why do you keep getting quieter?
Because I keep getting farther away from my mic.
Dabo, I'm trying.
swing
I
these
keep
swords.
turning you up so I can actually hear you.
Swing this sword.
bad.
Swing the sword. You managed to cut this guard. he's looking like really heavily injured right now, and but he's like just barely hanging on. And it's Eileen's turn. Eileen, you're on the ground once more.
It doesn't give you advantage
Again.
on the damage, right?
No,
That's not how that works. Okay, that's what I thought.
No.
but it does give you more likelihood to get crits. Okay, that's half your movement. You stood up. Yeah, you still have action and bonus action. Your spiritual weapon can actually get in range of this guard as well. If you want to stabby stab, make a spiritual weapon attack.
Rip the guard.
Rip the guard indeed, and that's Eileen's 5th kill this session.
Boy.
I only have
Wombo
one.
combo.
And she's still
Wombo
got her
combo.
action.
Ooh, more people moving into my range.
Yes, you can. Assume you have the spell slot still. How many spell? Oh yeah, never mind. You didn't cast a. You only cast a spiritual weapon at level 2. For some reason, I thought you used inflict wounds earlier, but now being dumb. Unfortunately,
Ooh.
actually, you get advantage because she's being flanked. You're at full flank. If you're on the opposite end of an enemy to an ally, just cast with advantage again. Because basically her attention is completely facing away from you. So, yeah.
Flank. Thank you very much.
That is going to hit. She yelps in pain as this necrotic energy takes hold of her. She's going to use her. She's going to burn you with 3 charges. So you actually touch the back of this fiery cape, and as soon as you touch it, you actually get these memories flowing through your mind. Give me a religion check.
Jeez, I
as
got
you
a.
touch this.
Oh man, a 98 on a D100.
Interesting.
Just a regular one without advantage.
Oh, a religion check. Wow.
You actually feel a bunch of memories flooding through you. Memories of a great battle. You'd know it from stories you've heard. The Battle of the Sky, where the gods fought the sky giants. And it was basically this huge battle between the gods and the giants. And there was something in the stories about 6 legendary items that won it for the gods. You don't know why, but you think you're touching one of these items right now. And as soon as that thought floods through your mind, this fire erupts from this cape. You're going to take some damage.
You're gonna take some damage today.
Just after thinking that, this fire just jets from the cape. 16 points of fire damage. And the fire is enough to make you completely forget what you were thinking as you fall over prone once more.
Welcome back.
With that, it's Angel's turn. She is going to... She's so injured. I'm trying to think. Yeah, she's going to do this. She's going to run. Malreinn can get an attack of opportunity. Therud can't because he doesn't have a melee weapon.
No, I can because I'm a warcaster.
Oh yeah, you can as well.
Yeah.
What can you do with that?
I can cast a spell as my reaction rather than making an opportunity attack.
Do you like to?
Yeah,
you
I
can
will.
make an attack of opportunity. Just make a regular attack with your dagger.
Which can I even use?
Dagger, okay.
Okay, it's not going to be enough. Unfortunately, the dagger just misses as she's running. She's basically running to the edge of this building.
Toll the dead. That would actually come up. Okay, that's not gonna work apparently. Let's try that.
Hold the dead. So wait, This one's a weird one, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the second
It's
damage.
like- Okay, so it's just the second damage. What is the first one for? It's just
That's the
being-
1d8. So it's one.
Oh,
It's,
okay. If the target is missing any of its hit points, it takes 1d12 damage instead.
Yeah.
Okay. So I need to make a strength
Strength.
save. Do I take no damage if I succeed?
Yeah.
Well, I don't succeed, so take 7 points of damage. Still alive though,
Ooh.
and with her action, she's going to throw this. You see, she's got this small golden ring, which she throws, and all of you can see this apart from Eileen, who's been knocked unconscious. From this ring, a giant golden ladybird appears,
What?
and she's going to jump onto a giant golden ladybird.
What?
Welcome on.
I actually just found this one randomly, and
Oh.
amazing coincidence that it's actually golden.
That's
Huh.
pretty cool.
It's interesting.
Oh, the dead body's on it.
Interesting.
Fucking move, dead body. Where'd she go? There she
She's
is.
under it.
We were all just
Okay.
high. That's the twist.
Then she can move. No, she can't move it. No, she can move it 60 feet. Yeah. So she's going to fly 60 feet away, effectively. Guards are all dead. Markus can't do shit. Markus is actually going to stabilize Eileen. With another cure wounds. So that's Eileen back up for the third time. Malreinn.
I will
I don't-
desperately try to shoot her. I mean, I know that I probably won't succeed, but you know, you have to try, right?
Yeah, you can try shooting her. She's flying slightly upward. By the way, she's flying slightly upward, so it's even harder to hit her because this giant beetle is in the way.
Right? Because
Huh?
she's flying away. So disadvantage.
No,
or
it's just regular, but she's gonna have like a bit of a bonus to her armor class because she's
okay.
got cover from this giant beetle. Okay. You all are sort of watching her fly away, not really being able to do much, just like half of you not being able to do anything. Malreinn fires a bolt. At first, it looks like he fires it way too high. The beetle keeps flying away, and then all of a sudden, it reverts to the shape of a ring into a tiny bit of gold, and you watch the body of this woman fall to the ground.
Who's awesome? I am.
You're now out of initiative.
Hey.
That was a very good kill.
I said the last thing as Marine, not as myself, of course.
But yeah, what do you guys want to do?
I will try to loot the body if I
Do you remember
can.
what the thing is? Give me a history check. Now that you've calmed down a bit and are out of initiative. You remember everything. Would you like to tell people this story? It's a very commonly known story, so it's not like they wouldn't know it. But I'm just saying, would you like to? Okay, so you sort of sit everyone down. Are you untying these prisoners as this is going on? I sort of take it Eileen's sort of like telling this story while everyone else is actually doing the hard work of getting the prisoners like untied and stuff. Okay, but you're sort of like telling the story as you're going to as you're sort of seeing the body, making sure everyone's dead, making sure the prisoners are safe, sort of thing. The story goes like this, effectively. Long before there was any creatures on the world, there were giants. Giants were the first creatures that formed from the ice and the fire. You might want to be taking notes on this, by the way, guys. This is note-taking
Wait.
material.
Wait.
If you want to take notes, this would be the thing to take
Can
notes.
you
Okay.
repeat what you just said so I can take notes?
Hmm?
Can you repeat it?
Yeah, so okay. Long ago, before there were any other creatures, giants formed from fire and ice, and the giants ruled this continent for quite a long while, for hundreds, thousands of years. Eventually, the giants gave birth to other giants: the sky giants, the hill giants, the stone giants, all of these giants. And from those giants, eventually, the gods were born. Now, the gods and the giants didn't get along, and eventually they were locked into a giant war. During this war, a large wall was built, which is a wall that blocks off the winter area from the autumn area, for instance. Big wall. The war was looking very bleak for the gods, and from the gods, the humans, the orcs, and all of the other races were born. So generally, if the gods died, it probably would have been meant the end of the world. But the gods banded together, and 6 items were used, 6 powerful relics were used to fend off the gods, fend off the giants rather, and which eventually those 6 items and the gods working together ended up leading to these giants being defeated. That's generally the story of how the gods saved humanity.
Wow, I did great notes right here. These notes are terrible.
This is like common knowledge of the world, so everyone would know this at least basically. Eileen, with that natural 20 of history, you'd know something that nobody else really would. You know something that won't really know. You know some more information on the gods in particular, and Markus would probably know this as well. You know that each of the items belonged to a particular person. 6 different gods, which contributed very heavily with their combat prowess, or Angel is not a god, no, not that you know of anyway. She didn't seem like a god. From what you know, gods are very difficult things to kill. You would not be able to kill a god so easily.
Like a follower.
She seems like, from what you know, maybe a follower, maybe just some random person who found this item. These items have been long lost. Most people, a lot of people don't even believe in them really, but you touched it and you know this is. I think with that history, you also know what item this is. You know this is Foen. It's sometimes called the Cloak of Ashes or the Cape of the Sky, and it was the item that I just need to check, because each of these items are for a specific god. It is Munya's item, who is the goddess of the sun, and she helped use this cloak to defend her allies when they went to war against the giants. It's a fiery cape capable of burning people. Munya.
None your business.
None your business.
Nani?
Generally, info about Munya is she's the goddess of the sun. She has a twin brother who's the god of the moon. Think Sol from Smite. That's sort of the deal with her. No, the brother is called what is it? He's testing my. I've got like so many notes of this world. It's Sunyo, I think it is, or I'll check.
Sunya?
Sunyo, I think. I'll check though.
Okay.
It's Sunyo. Munya and Sunyo. It's Sunyo. No, it's not spelled like that, but I might make that a canon spelling because it's actually really good. That's how you spell Sunyo.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what you generally know.
Can I loot Angel's body?
You can. As you're going,
We should probably.
I want her cloak.
Okay.
Here, so.
as you're going, you find 3 items of interest on her body. You find she's got mostly regular armor. She doesn't seem to have any money on her. Most of the guards also seem to have mundane equipment. But you notice 3 items of magical quality. In order of worst to best, first of all, there is her spear, which seems to be a magical spear which has some radiant damage attached to it. So whenever you hit with it, it will deal some additional radiant damage. So a decent magical spear. The second item is the Golden Ladybird Ring, which is a ring which can turn into a giant golden ladybird and can fly you around. It can fly up to 2 people around for 1 hour a day.
I need that. Sorry, Eileen.
Alright, now we can fight for
Birds
this.
have to fly.
However, it requires a command word to be
Wait, you can have
spoken.
the ring if I can have the cloak. How about that?
Do we
Fight.
know what it is?
Yeah, but I prefer the cloak. Let's say if I could have
Just so you know,
one
this
of them,
cloak
I would
that you see in front of you,
definitely pick the cloak.
the cloak is already starting to burn a hole.
The ring
Or
is
like
nice,
not a hole, but
it's kind
it's
of
starting to burn.
necessary for me.
Shut
The
up.
cloak is starting to burn an area in the ground, and from what you know, this is like a god tier level of magical item. It's like ridiculously. It would sell for millions.
Quick, open the bag of holding. I don't know. Do any of us have a bag of holding?
I don't think you have a bag of holding. No,
What
not
is
yet.
a
You can
bag
get
of
one.
holding?
It's a bag that can hold basically as much stuff as you want, and it's
Well, I'm
like
not-
one of the best D&D items in the game, effectively.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Because you need to carry around a lot of stuff. It can carry around like infinite amount of stuff. You could carry statues in it if you wanted.
I think
It's
it's like
ridiculous.
125 feet cubed or something.
Yeah, so it's a lot of space, and no matter, and I don't think there's a weight limit. As long as it can fit in the bag, like fit in the mouth of the bag, it's fine.
Oh no, it's 64 cubic feet.
Okay. Still, that's tons of space.
And it always weighs 15 pounds regardless of how much is in it.
Just so you know, one last thing about the Golden Ladybird ring, it requires a command word to be spoken, and none of you know what that command word is. I will say, Therud and Malreinn, both of you can give me intelligence checks, because you saw it being summoned. You didn't, because you were unconscious, and Fortress was kind of like too far away, but Malreinn and Therud can both give intelligence checks to see if they can remember what it was.
I will check. Intelligence. Where is it?
It is clearly Damien is best
I'll
boy.
take that natural 20, yeah, because you don't have proficiency in that. So, Therud, you seem to remember it was something in Infernal. She didn't seem to be able to speak Common, or at least was only speaking Infernal. Malreinn, you remember it sounded exactly like go. You don't, like, it was a bit weird. That was the only thing she was saying, that it was go. But yeah, you remember it. You remember the command word.
Go go gadget.
Go go gadget ladybug. And finally, the cloak. Yeah, I've told you all I can really tell you about the cloak. It's extremely powerful Foen. But none of you are like, you wouldn't have any perception of, like, just saying, this is kind of like stumbling onto £1 million or $1 million. You would have like, this is like a huge thing. That's like, what the fuck?
I think $1 million is underselling it.
Yeah, well, probably, yeah. This is like
This is like
discovering an ancient Egyptian tomb that nobody's ever found before. You're all sort of standing around this, just the four of you are standing, and Markus would be there too, sort of standing around this cloak, which is just slightly burning a hole in the ground. It seems to be basically on fire, almost. It's very beautiful, though. It looks like almost a cloak of feathers, of small red feathers.
Can I pick it up?
Yeah, you can pick it up. You pick it up. It feels warm, but one thing I will say, you don't really get it. Like, picking up, usually when people pick up magic items, you would have some experience with this, with the magic items that are in your party. Usually when someone picks up a magic item, they instantly, like, attune to it. They understand how it works. With this, you have no idea. It feels just like a regular cloak, a warm cloak.
I understand anything. I mean, I'm a robot. There's no.
You'd probably just pick some stuff up, because there are magic items in the party, aren't there? Like, people have a few magic items in the party, so they probably would have idle chit-chat about it at some point, that you would understand roughly how it works.
Alright.
Like, there are only 3 magical items in this party? Wow. So far, anyway, without counting these ones. So, I'm going to ask now, who wants the Radiant Lance, which is the magical spear? I don't think like, Erevan, not Erevan.
Wow, going way
There's,
back.
like, multiple campaigns on. It's because you're a wizard again.
You're a wizard, Therud.
Therud
I'm
can't
a
use
what?
it. I don't think Eileen can use it. Malreinn can use it, and Fortress can both use it, and Markus could use it.
I already kind of have 2 in their weapons.
I don't. Yeah, you're not even really good at using weapons. You're more using your own thing. So it's probably best to go to either Malreinn or Markus. It is a pretty good weapon. It does 1d8 damage plus where is it? It can deal 1d8 damage plus your strength modifier plus 1d4 radiant damage. So it's like, it's decent. And you can also use dex damage instead if you want.
Dex damage.
I will say, basically, this is going to be an upgrade for either Malreinn or Markus. You don't need to use it right now. You can just add it to your inventory and give it to Rob when he comes back if you don't want it, Malreinn. It's just honestly, it wouldn't work very well for anyone else, apart from the two of you. Plus, you could always sell it. It would probably sell for a pretty penny. Who? Oh, you would like to have it. I thought you were talking like using someone's nickname or something. Okay. Where is?
I
Oh,
would
you're
like
Albert now, aren't you?
3 have it.
Okay. Who would like the golden ladybird ring? Okay. It's a very good item. It's basically good for like loads of things, and it'll give you and someone else the ability to fly around. It can also fight, but not very well. Like you can read over it if you want. It's not amazing, but it's useful. You mostly won't be using it for fighting because it's very awkward to use for fighting. It's true, you don't know the code word. Only Malreinn actually knows what it is right now. And who would like Foen? The fiery cape.
Sure.
I'm gonna keep that to myself. It's mine.
You did say you picked up first, so
Whoa.
I mean, and I don't think. Here, if somebody asks for it, I'll give it.
All right, give it to me.
Alright,
Robbed. All right,
I'll hand the
and
key.
then we all burn.
okay, I will give that to you in 1 second. Oh, I need to close it and reopen it. So Bongo's taking it.
See.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have no idea how to use it right now, but I will say it's like extremely powerful as an item. You can only fly it 1 hour a day, so it's not like you can travel long distances with it either. But it's if you ever need to like, oh, I need to fly up that building. Also, one other thing, you do need to use it like so if you use it for like 10 minutes and you cancel it, you can't then use the rest of the 50 minutes. You need to like use the 1 hour in one go, or leave him active for an hour, basically. If that all makes sense. So you can't like use it for like 2 minutes of flying, then put it away, then use it for another 2 minutes of flying. But yeah. Yeah, if you like wanted to try it out now because you're not doing anything immediately, you say go, and this giant golden ladybird appears. 2 of you can comfortably fit on it. You could probably fit more on, but you'd have to then make like checks to see if you can stay balanced on it. Yeah, you finished looting the body. Looking her over, I'll say Erevan. It can't talk. No, it can follow different
Erevan.
commands. Therud, you look over the body and you think it's an Asimar.
That's
The birdie humans that aren't really birds.
aren't they lizards?
What?
No, not lizards.
What? I don't know.
What?
Asimar they're basically humans with wings. They're kind of like angels.
Osimar, yeah, like the Osimars are angels, and then fallen Osimar is fallen angel.
Yeah. This looks like. Give me an intelligence check, or a nature check, actually. Oh, sure, I can add that. I'll just do that quickly. Just let me do it for a second. Please stop touching it. There you go. You can actually use it as dex weapon, so there you go. Even better. It's +4 to it and +4 to the damage. No, it's a lance like it's like a spear. You can look it up on Google. It's basically a spear. Yeah. Think of it like it's basically Sir Lancelot-esque, like a jousty spear thing. They are really cool looking. I just wanted to add really cool weapons, so like prepared for that. There are so many people in Niflheim that use spears. But yeah, is there anything else people want to do now? You've looted the body. What do you guys want to do?
There's prisoners here. We should probably talk to them.
Yeah. I say you already have prisoners, but yeah, you can talk to them. Generally, looking over them, they seem like mostly farmers or poor people or just travelers who've been kidnapped. You actually notice one half-orc woman in particular who looks very tough, and she mentions that they beat her up quite a bit. They were sacrificing people to some sort of ritual, but really, nobody knows the details. You look over the pentagram and the bodies and what was happening, but none of you really have any sort of expertise in this sort of thing, so none of you really understand it. If you want to, I'd say Eileen can give me an intelligence check. She's the person who most likely knows something, but it's going to be a very difficult check. All I can say is, you think this might be a warlock thing, like trying to make a deal with a god or an evil god? Because you know there are quite a few bad gods out there, gods that didn't get involved in the battle against the Sky Giants. Probably not Munya. Munya's generally considered a good goddess. She's considered. One thing she is considered. She's considered very, very blunt, very forthright. Basically, she doesn't care what people think of her. She's very much quite aggressive, quite assertive, but not in a bad way. Similarly, Sunyo, her brother, is the exact opposite. He's very polite, very kind, very calm, very reserved. But both are considered generally to be good. If anything, Munyo is considered worse than Sunyo is considered worse than Munya, because some of his followers believe in werewolves.
Ooh, werewolves.
Oh,
Wow, those evil people, how dare they believe in
Or
werewolves?
is it
Yeah.
secrets?
Werewolves exist, but like, it's just this is more just something that Eileen would have picked up.
I can't believe in
that knowledge.
werewolves.
Yeah, you free all the people. You free the prisoners there, and there are about 10 more in the farmhouse itself. And you free them. They seem to be shaken, but they get their stuff together. They take some spare food these cultists seem to have lying around, and they seem to generally be on their way in different directions. Most of them heading towards Vildsvin, but some others heading in the direction you're heading towards the capital, Valra. If you would like to continue heading to Valra or do anything else, yeah, what would you like to do? Still got some time in the session.
I mean, I guess we'll just. I mean, look at everything else here. Wasn't there people in a house too?
Yeah, I already said you cleared out the farmhouse. You made sure there were no more. You managed to kill actually all of the guards.
Okay.
Um,
I guess we'll just.
I thought the king was to spread the word of Malreinn and his gang, so that I can get more reputation.
yeah, you sort of talk mostly to the Kenkus. They seem appreciative and they seem a bit weirded out. You know that a lot of they're quite old. Typically, what happens with Kenkus, and you know this, is they're born in the spring area, and then when they grow up, they either move to the autumn area to study or the winter area to raise a family. So you see these two, this old Kenku couple. But yeah.
I mean, if there's nothing else here to discover. I guess we just continue on. I mean,
What do you mean the person who told you about this place?
You just found it randomly, right? Or
You sort of just you stumbled across it when you were walking down the road, about 2 days
Yeah.
travel. It's because you all sensed magical power. Well, not Eileen, but everyone else did. It was like, oh no, magical power.
Magical
yeah.
power. Whoa.
But yeah, do you guys want to do anything else here, or like, or if you're not, you're welcome to head where you want to go. Okay.
We can
You
go
can
to
head
the
continue to.
next town.
Yeah, you can go to Valra, the capital.
Yeah, that sounds
Um,
like a good idea.
Okay, in that case, Fortress and Malreinn, please both roll me percentile dice, because it's another couple days of travel.
Oh, guys, percentile. What does that mean?
D100.
Type in the thing in the chat /r space 1d100.
Oh,
Oh Jesus, exact 100. Funny enough,
that's
neither of
terrible.
those have random events tied to them. But yeah, you rolled an exact 100. That's quite amazing.
I am
You had
amazing.
long, and with that 100, you actually have very good weather. You actually make quite good time, and you arrive at about noon at a massive city. I think none of you have been here before. Correct me if any of you would have been here. I think the fortress would have been here.
I
No, I
might
don't even think the
have
fortress would have
here.
been here.
I'm like 400
You wouldn't-
years old.
I
Probably never
traveled a
been.
lot with Therud, so I might have been here before.
I don't
mean,
think you
on the
would have because
off
you stayed in the spring area. So no, I don't think any of you would have actually
okay.
been here.
I was a
most likely-
caravan person, so I kind of
You
traveled.
yeah, but
everywhere.
you would have stayed mostly in like smaller towns.
I thought you said
wouldn't have actually
Aravan
gone here.
person
also-
at first.
Actually, no, you probably would have at some point, at least been near it enough to. You probably wouldn't have spent much time in here though.
I know a little bit.
But it is massive.
Basic.
You see tall stone spires, and I should mention to the person who PM'd me, no, for reasons. Like this is Malreinn and Eileen. This is your first time in Niflheim, the winter area. You've only been here for about 2 weeks now. Since session 1, it's been about 2 weeks of traveling, and this is your first time, both of you being in Niflheim. But now that you're so close, you actually see 3 things of note as you're approaching the town. You see the mountain range, the giant mountain range, which splits the north and south areas of the continent, and it is huge from this close. You've all been relatively close to this mountain range, but not from this side, apart from Therud. Therud's familiar with this huge mountain range. Frequently, it's called the Tear, and it's just a massive divide. Sometimes it's also called the Rip. On the other side, separating the autumn area, which is called Havera.
Havera na
And
na.
Niflheim is the giant wall, the wall that was built during the Sky War. It is the Stone Serpent, or Jorngammer. That's a fun one to say. The wall Jorngammer. And in front of you, rising huge into the sky, you see the center of the continent, the giant tree Igodra, which is the tree that marks the center, the hammer-shaped tree in the center of the city, which I think all of you would have... Everyone would have been here except for Malreinn. And Malreinn, this is your first time being so close to the giant tree, and it's huge. It's Jormungandr, not Jormungandr.
Wait, I thought you said only me. I've been here. Or
No,
only
I'm talking
been to
about
the
the big tree, because the big tree connects all 4 of the corners. So they would have been on it near it on other sides. And Malreinn wouldn't have been necessarily too far away from it, but it's being so close, it is insurmountably huge.
It is the BF tree.
It's very cold here as well. Like this is like the heart of this place where it gets very cold. But as you're heading forwards, you can enter the city. They don't seem to be having. They have guards posted around, but they don't seem to be like checking too many people in and out. There's loads of traffic going in and out. A lot of carts. This is actually, most of you wouldn't even be too familiar with big cities. This is a big city. There are a lot of people in here. And as these carts going in and out, you can make your way inside. Immediately you're greeted with a lot of city noise, which is different from town noise. Notably, it's a lot louder. There's a lot more crowds. A lot of people are bumping into each other, and you're getting stared at a lot less, which is something that Eileen and Fortress would notice more than anyone else. Typically, your outfits and being a man made of metal draws quite a lot of attention, but the two of you sort of blend in a bit more here, as everyone seems to be dressed a bit weird. Immediately, you all notice pink and brown banners being hung up, and posters. There seems to be some sort of celebration in the air, and everyone seems to be happy and cheery. Carts are getting set up, and things like that. There seems to be some sort of festival or event going on. Fortress, you'd recognize this, and Therud would too. Both of you would recognize this as the Bloom, which is the time of year when all of the blossom from the giant tree falls down over the city, and it's a few days long event full of celebration and parties and food, a lot of food. Almost going to end the session. Two people are going to need to make me perception checks. Eileen and Malreinn. Both of you are going to need to make me perception checks.
What's it going to be?
The city with the smuggling.
Yes, this is the city that the smuggling seem to be going towards.
Great.
You probably said it about 4 times, but
Is this the city with the smuggling?
So Eileen, you don't initially spot it, but Malreinn turning to face this flyer on the wall, you sort of turn your attention to it as well. It seems to be a big notice board, one of many in the town, which seems to be displaying a lot of things going on. All of you read it, all 4 of you. It seems to be talking about some sort of talent show that's going on. And you read about some of the contestants. You see some pictures. Malreinn, you spot a picture that's very familiar of a woman who you recognize from your past, who seems to be competing. And Eileen, your attention is drawn to not a picture, but to text, which seems to read to the person who PM'd me 7. But Eileen, you read down and you see the bottom half of a flyer, which seems to read, come visit the talent show. Great performers such as Melvin the Traveler, who journals his discoveries. The great storyteller Melvin. And that's where we'll end for the day.
Ooh.
Probably like 4, I guess, Dabo. I think.
you mean
Okay,
the
no,
person
actually-
who PM'd you?
The person who PM'd me, probably 2, actually.
Oh,
Are they
Okay.
alive? That's the. If
Uh,
they're dead, you could probably fit like 4 or 5 in. Like,
they're alive, but they're willing.
actually, I think 1 probably, because they're supposed to be like big. Maybe not even 1. Like, they're about the size of a Mini Cooper,
Okay.
so it would be a very tight fit. But yeah, that's what's going to get next session.
Everybody else has no idea what we're talking about.
But yeah, I hope people like that session.
that was good.
Proud of everyone too. That was a good session. Slow start, but I think everyone started role playing and stuff when we got into it.
The 6 artifacts of the ancient world.
To do and didn't pay attention for the first like.
Yeah, I think that's because we haven't played in a couple of weeks, so people were a bit rusty.
I was
but
like, what's
good.
going on?
I also like how you actually managed to kill her, kill Angel. I had in my notes that she'd try and escape. She genuinely would try to escape, and it would have been quite difficult to actually hit her with that arrow because she had a +4 because of cover. But you actually did. They don't always. A lot of them don't try to escape, actually.
And I still didn't die.
The guards sometimes do. I sometimes make wisdom saving throws. These guards were just very determined not to leave their post. Plus, a lot of them don't have anywhere to run. Yeah, I think everyone's getting used to their characters a bit. Like, Lime's getting used to how silly Eileen can be. Fortress is getting used to how angry Fortress can be.
It's a very simple character, really.
I think every character's simple when you actually get used to them. When you first start playing, everyone's like,
Well, and
Not
I don't
very
have a bunch
good.
of items to keep track of. Like I had like
That's true,
4
that's true.
items or more than 4. I had like 7 or 8 item actives to keep track of last campaign because I had the glove that had like 5 by itself and stuff.
that's true. Barbarians are generally quite simple.
It's kind of good, I guess.
Yeah, I think everyone's getting into the thing. But yeah,
Alright.
Lime's good.
See you, Lime.
Good night, Lime.
Good night.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go to bed. Or not go to bed, but
Go to bed now.
Okay.
I'll see y'all later.
See ya.
Good night, everyone. I am going to go.
Yeah, me too. It was fun.
Alright.
See ya.
Thanks for watching.
And then there were two.
And then who will leave first?
I'm probably gonna go two.
Wow.
So that'll be one.
Yeah,
Bye.
I am the champion. Bye.